everybody. This is Introduction to Drawing. I'll try and fix that before I actually put it on the USBs. But anyway, Happy New Year to our favorite gracers, and welcome to Introduction to Drawing. Yeah, drawings, I'm just going to read it. They teach a lot about the creative process. It's a large category that covers a wide range of styles and media. That's one of the problems with this portfolio, is it covers a wide range, and so I tried to narrow it down. It was kind of tough. Anyway, we're going to just go with it. They are the handwriting of the artist. They give clues about the way the artist thinks, works, or feels. Next slide. So this is Michelangelo, the Libyan Sibyl, and this is just an example of how he did a sketch and then is actually painted in the Sistine Chapel. So that's one of the ways that sketching and drawing can grow into something gorgeous. There are 3 types of drawing. Oh, this is terrible. Now I'm not going to remember what this is.
Read the PowerPoint.
I have it, actually. I have it here somewhere. I'm sorry, you guys. What did I do with it?
We'll just keep going.
Notes? Okay, I'll get back to it. They're right here. They were right here. Oh my gosh. It's terrible. I'm glad I looked at this. Objective drawing. It's a record of what's seen. So it's an actual, it's what you can look at it and you know what it is. Here's conceptual drawing. It symbolizes concepts and ideas. This is an idea for the Gates to Monsters, Inc. So I thought the kids might like that. But just ideas, not necessarily what something looks like. And then there's fantasy drawing. It's a product of the artist's imagination. This is a Matisse. This is a Picasso. And I can't remember who this is, but it's a famous artist.
That's wicked cool.
Yeah, it's cool. The kids will be into it because it really is all just lines and colors. It's not three-dimensional, but it looks it. So here are some materials that we use for drawing. The wet media, which would involve water, brush and ink, pen and ink, and wet washes. Dry media would be silver point, which is like a metal stylus. It's what they used long ago. Pencils, chalk, which includes crayons, crayons, pastels, charcoal, which is very messy. I did try and get some for the kids, but it's super messy, so I thought better of it. And then mixed media is a combination of any of these above. And then paper is also one of the materials we consider for drawing. It can be rough, smooth, colored, or white, thick or thin. So the earliest drawing, these are an example of some of the earliest drawings. These are the Leuco cave paintings. Some of you guys would have remembered when we did this. The kids would have been a lot younger. Do you remember it when we did it?
It was first grade for Ryan.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Like 5 years ago.
These paintings are estimated to be 17,000 years old. They are some of the earliest drawings known to man. They're in France. Some believe they were made to depict hunting successes. And some of these drawings were made with the soot of burned sticks. They painted on the walls of the ceilings with their caves with these. So then we're going to talk a little bit about Renaissance drawings. In the 14th and 15th centuries, large drawings were made with charcoal because lines and large shaded areas could be quickly drawn and easily erased. It is very dirty. But this is the reason that most people still use charcoal when beginning with art, because it's so easy to use. Even though charcoal is dirty and erases easily, it encourages the student to work quickly and experiment to try new approaches. This is actually Dürer that we would have studied a couple years ago.
That was when we first started the videos.
Yeah,
and Sunny came home today. Little Sunny, for those of you who remember, the puppy that almost got out in the video, his forever home day is today.
Oh, happy anniversary to Sunny. Oh, that's happy news.
We digress.
Da Vinci. This is a drawing of Da Vinci's from the Renaissance.
Pretty awesome.
Is that right? Mm-hmm. Let's talk about wet media. Wet media includes brushes and ink, washes, which would be ink and water, and pen and ink. Traditional inks are black, rich brown, black, sepia. This is sepia, and reddish brown, which is called bistre. Pens were originally made from the quill of pinion feathers of a large bird, or from the hollow reeds of plants and stems of bushes. This is Chinese and Japanese drawing. The Far East, where Japanese Chinese masters created beautiful works, are famous for their brush and ink work with strong emotive qualities expressed through lines that talk. There is a lot of drama in these paintings. You can just feel it. In the wash drawings, ink or paint is the most paint-like form of drawing and can be very dramatic. Echo, repeat. Let's talk about drawing techniques and purposes. So sketches, just personal observation, usually quick. Not a lot of thought goes into those. Studies are details or structure of an object or scene. This is just a cloth hanging on a wall, but it was a project that students were given to try and recapture the shades and the folds, and plans to work out a composition of artwork. So this is Van Gogh. This is the bedroom in Arles, and this was actually included in a letter to his brother Theo. Cartoons are drawn, not like Ninja Turtle cartoons, but these cartoons are drawings on a grid to be transferred to a fresco or large canvas. So you actually have a grid and it's like paint by numbers, but paint by square in the grid. Yep. Contours or drawings or outlines of an inside or outside form. And then value studies, using tones to decide where darks and lights will be. So this would be a light tone, medium tone, dark tone. And then playful doodles, which visualize artists' feelings, dreams, and ideas. These are doodles by President Reagan. There's actually a book with all the president's doodles. It's very cute.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, it's cute. So let's talk about the elements of art. The older kids, I think, would know this from art class already. So maybe you can ask them if they know some of the elements. They are sort of like the atoms in the art world. They both, as in that they both serve as building blocks. So you need these elements to make a piece of art. The elements of art are important for several reasons. A person can't create art without utilizing at least a few of them. No elements, no art. End of story. Knowing what the elements of art are enables us to describe what the artist has done. It enables us to analyze what's going on in a particular piece and allows us to communicate with a common language. The four main elements are line, space, texture, and value. Color, form, and shape are the other three lesser elements. Don't feel bad for them. They're still there. Line is a major aspect of drawing. It's made up of all kinds of lines, including thick, thin, bold, sketchy, curved, or straight. Artists will often use a sketch drawing in which lots of lines work together to describe an object rather than a contour or an outline. So you can see these are just straight lines, not necessarily contours, but lots and lots and lots of lines here. Space, it refers to the distance or areas around, between, within the components of a piece. It can be positive or negative, open or closed, shallow or deep, two-dimensional or three-dimensional. What's this, kids? Do you remember? Tessellations. See all that negative and positive space? Frank Lloyd Wright's referred to space as the breath of art. This is a Jasper Johns drawing, and it's called 1 through 9, I think. And if you look really hard, you can actually find all the numbers. Then texture, it's the way a three-dimensional work actually feels when touched, or the visual feel of a two-dimensional work. Do you guys remember? I do. Remember he drew this rhinoceros? He had never seen one in real life, but it had been described to him in a letter, so that's what he came from it. But you can actually almost feel the textures in this. Even the hair on his chinny chin you can feel. It's another element like form or space that can be real, like in a rug. Or you can hold, touch the sculpture. Don't touch the sculptures, but if you were to touch it, you'd feel it. You can think of when painters used impasto, which is, I think that's what it's called, with the thick paint on the paintings. Oh yeah, there it is. Or implied through the clever use of shading. This is all crosshatch. You guys, I think a lot of the students know that from art, so you can talk about crosshatch. And then value, it refers to the lightness and darkness of a color. For a great example of value in action, think of a black and white photograph. You can visualize how the infinite variations of gray suggest planes and textures. So this is a photograph of a wave, but there are a cajillion grays in there. And then here are just some horses, also lots of grays used in there. And that's it for the PowerPoint, I think. Anything else to...
Sorry. All right, on to the video.
Okay, bye guys.